За. Сайн байцгаана уу? Хацайлмын уянга байна. Өнөөдөр би бакалаврынхаа PhD-гийн оюутныг ураад тэгээд I understand. Оюутныг ураад ингээд яаж PhD-гийн програмд apply хийсэн бэ? Америкт хятад оюутан баггүй. Тэгээд яаж PhD-гийн програмд apply хийсэн бэ? Шууд бакалавра төгсөөд магистр руу apply хийхгүй ингээ магистр докторын хамтарсан тэр юу руу apply хийсэн гэж байгаа байхгүй програм руу. Тэгээд тэр талаараа яриад өгөөч гэдэг гойс. Тэгээд хэдүүлээ ярий. Okay, Baoci, hi.
Hi.
Please briefly introduce yourself first.
Yeah, sure. Hi everyone. My name is Baoci-s. I'm from China, and I went to college in U.S. It's called Davidson College. It's also where Steve Curry went, the basketball player.
Okay. What was your major?
Oh yeah, I was majoring in biology, just like general biology.
Yeah, and now today she's going to explain how she applied to the PhD program from the beginning to the apply process. We will go through all the steps. So let's get started. And we prepared a little bit list here. Let's make us smaller. And what was the requirement for you to apply PhD programs? Because you graduated bachelor degree and directly applied to the PhD program without master degree program. What was the requirement? How did you prepare? And what was the hard part for you? Like that. And you can, you can teach this screen.
Okay,
please
sounds
explain.
good. Yeah, so I guess for me, because I've always wanted to do a PhD after my bachelor degree, so I kind of like started preparing this early on during my bachelor's. So for people who wanted to get a PhD straight out of college and without getting a master in between, it's kind of competitive because, for example, you need to have a slightly higher GPA. So if the total is like out of 4, then you probably want to have at least like 3.0 to 3.5. But I know some more competitive programs, they might require a GPA higher than 3.6 or even 3.8. So, and that is just to, I guess, to prove that you have the ability to understand your coursework, which will be laying out for the foundation for what you're going to learn in grad school. So if you can understand what you learn in undergrad, then they will expect you to understand what's going on in the grad school as well. And that's one of them, the GPA. And what you also need is experiences in doing research, because you kind of like skip the master, right? So that master experiences needs to be compensated in a way by having more research experiences during undergrad, and that is also to show that you have these capabilities of maybe doing cell work or maybe doing experiments or like computational works, but I think
skill set.
The skill set. The whole idea is not it's like skill set, but also like your ability to be an independent researcher, like how to design like maybe your research project, or like how to like whenever your experience failed, what you're gonna do to make up for it. So it's like your mindset of being a researcher will really help by having a lot of research experiences during undergrad. And for some international students, in order for the program to think that you meet their language requirement, they might require the GRE or TOEFL or IELTS or other like language tests. So ideally, I think for TOEFL, it's better that you have a score that's higher than 100, and for IELTS maybe higher than 6.5 or higher than 7 out of 9 will be better. And for GRE, I personally took it when I was applying for PhD programs, but I know that now a lot of the programs don't actually require it, so it will depend on which programs that you want to apply for.
And I have a question. In your bachelor degree, in program it includes also that experience or skill set they teach you, or
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
it's not like necessarily included, but it's like for those coursework, right? Say, for example, if I take a course called cell biology, for our undergrad, there's a large or heavy focus on the lab part. So besides lectures, we'll also have the lab session where the professor will actually like teach you in person how to maybe do an experiment that's for cell biology. So for us, for example, we did like yeast work. So we need to culture like yeast and then do experiments on them. And that's, I think, a good part of my undergrad because it's really about how like we have this small classroom where everybody can get hands-on experiences on doing those work. But for independent research work, it's kind of different. So we also have to apply for labs and you need to be like approved or selected to actually join the lab and start doing experiments. So
that's how different. You learn your skills, like pipetting.
Yeah, I would
everything.
say like those like basic work, like pipetting, you can learn it through coursework. But
PCR, Western blot.
Yeah, PCR, Western blot, but it's actually after you join a lab that you can actually think as an independent researcher. Because after you join the lab, you need to consider, oh, what project am I going to design and what experiments I need to do for that. Because in the course, like in classroom, it's always like the teacher telling you or the professor telling you what to do. But if you actually join the lab and start your own project, you need to like design it as your whole.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. Huh? Okay, that's how you earn your
research experience.
Yes,
Yeah,
and also, you mentioned previously about the summer internship.
Yeah.
How did you apply?
Yeah, that's also a very good question. So. I guess throughout the school year I did research in my undergrad, but then during the summer or winter break, because we have like almost like 3 months break, it's pretty long. So that's how I thought, oh, you know, maybe I can do some other like external like research experiences during that time. So that's when I applied to this institution in my hometown where they offer like summer research intern position. So for that, I think I did like an online application by saying what is my research interest and what kind of research I've already done and what is my expertise, or not expertise because I'm not expert yet, but like my skill sets and my CV, like personal resume. And then I had this interview with the PI who's like I signed up for, and the PI is kind of like satisfied with what I present. So he took me, and then I've done like I think a month or a little bit over a month of research experience there. So that's also get me exposed to actually glioma research work.
Okay, it was glioma.
It was glioma. It was about like how to design oncolytic virus for glioma, so it's quite interesting.
Wow. That's how you earned.
Yeah, and for all those research experience, you kind of have to write them down into a research, maybe like a personal statement or statement of purpose. That's also something you need to submit while applying for those PhD institution. So that's also something. Basically describing what your interest is and why do you want to pursue this field, and in order to gain more interest in this field, what kind of research have you done, and what do you want to accomplish in the institution that you apply for.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Something else.
And then, application materials.
Yeah.
Let's talk about application.
So generally, for whichever institution you apply for, you usually have to submit your transcripts that's telling them whatever coursework you have taken and what your grades and what your GPAs from undergrad or master, and then your CV, which gives them an idea of what, like a brief overview of your scores, your research experience, or like outside of research, what kind of activities have you done, maybe like some leadership or some mentorship, because I know some PhD institutions, not in Baylor, but some like maybe big universities, they want their PhD students to be TA, like teaching assistant. So it's better that you have like some kind of mentorship experience. Maybe you've done like TAs in undergrad or something. Maybe they'll like prefer that whatsoever. And then it's the statement of purpose or personal statement. That's like we mentioned before. It's something that you write down, saying what is your research interest, why do you want to study that, and to study that, what kind of research have you done, and then what kind of achievements you want to pursue in the institution. Like what do you think the institution that you apply for can help you with your career goal, something like that. Right.
Wow.
And then last but not least is letters of recommendation. So for people maybe who have done research projects, then it could be their project PI. So the professor that you worked with who knows you better can maybe help you write a letter of recommendation saying like how the student would be a good fit for the program, something like that. Or if you don't have like a full 3 research projects where you can find 3 recommendation of letters, you might find somebody who have taught you or somebody have know you well, and it's a professor who can also be a good fit for a recommendation letter.
Which one among these all materials take you a long time? It's maybe personal statement of purpose. How long did you take to write this?
That's a good question. I think I started with writing the CV because CV is really just summarizing everything you did. But then using that CV, I was able to build my personal statement. But I've done at least like 8 drafts of it to like really going back and forth and like try to revise it. So that would take a while. And you know, because like we're like foreigners, right? We're not like native speakers of English, so sometimes it's
yours
really.
Is very good.
Well, thank you. But sometimes you just need to tweak like what's the best language to describe a project, because even though it's about reporting what you have done, you also wanted to like convey it in a way that showcase like you really understand what you're doing. Because sometimes like I've seen others' personal statement, and it looks like more like an experiment protocol, you know, like we've done this, we've done that, but that's not the point. The point is like you actually understand what you are doing in this project and why it's helpful.
What did you write about? If it is not secret.
Sure. So I basically wrote my research experience. I started from my undergrad research one. So, well, actually, let's just go through the whole thing. So I started by saying like why I'm interested in pursuing a PhD in cancer biology, and that is because I, during high school, like my father was diagnosed with liver cancer, and we sadly lost him to the end. So that's how I wanted to get improved in this field, because back then, for him, like the best treatment we could get is probably PD-1. It's like a targeted therapy for cancer, but it's not really like helpful in his case. So I've always wanted to design or like develop more strategies or treatments for cancer. So that's how I wanted to pursue a cancer biology PhD program. And in order to achieve that, I've been engaged in some like undergrad like research experiences. For example, I joined this lab where we do immunology work. It's not like tightly related to cancer, but immunology is definitely a big field in cancer right now. And also it's also allowing you to gain more like lab skills and then think independently as a researcher. So I like describe what I did. We were basically studying like T-cell homeostasis and how that's affected by gut microbiome, like the microbiome that resides in our body here. So that's one thing. And then I transitioned by saying, in order to get more exposure to like cancer-related work, I also did the summer internship, research internship, where I studied oncolytic virus in glioma, and like a few sentences also describing what I did exactly. And that's how leading to like my aspiration to like further contribute to this field, and that's why a PhD is necessary. And for Baylor specifically, I was also trying to convey them why Baylor is a good fit, because I've always wanted to do like more translational research. So by having a PhD at a medical school, you get more collaborations or exposure to the clinical field, to how people are actually treating those patients, and maybe also like how to learn from not only like professors but also like medical workers as well. So that's some big part about Baylor, because it's in the Texas Medical Center, so there's always a lot of collaboration between hospitals, between institutions, and things like that. So I think that's just how I go through my personal statement.
Wow, that's very awesome story. Thank you for sharing.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
And finally, yeah, we need to apply to the actual school, right?
Yeah.
So let's go to our school, Baylor College of Medicine's website. So just want to show you guys, I just made some new account. So let's go to the application process. So first we have to choose primary program or alternative program, right?
Yeah, it's like your first choice and second choice. You want to put the program that you wanted to go the best into the primary program, and if you're not getting into that, maybe your second program will be the alternative program. That's when if you're rejected by the primary program, they could also still consider you for the second alternative program.
Yeah. So, and then 7 continue. We have to go all through this.
Right.
Every single.
Okay.
We can go. Yes.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, just asking your ethnicity.
Asian, something, and personal statement.
Yeah.
You have to upload here. Yeah. Academic history.
You need to add your institution.
Yeah. Transcript is it's just upload.
Yeah,
right?
just upload.
And standardized test scores.
Like GRE or
TOEFL.
Yeah, TOEFL.
Good. And then research experience. Do you have research
Yes.
Everything you need to put. And work experience.
This is optional.
Yeah, this is optional because you just graduated. Yeah. And honors also optional.
Right.
And publications.
Yeah.
It's optional. Yeah. Nobody expects you have a publications from the bachelor degree. So just skills, I guess, right?
Yeah, or at least not top journal, I think. Yeah. I know a lot of bachelors, they have publications already.
Oh, really?
They're
okay,
really
that's cool. And publication attachment, additional information. That's it. Letters of recommendation.
Yeah.
Before you apply, you have to have recommendation letters from all your professors, right?
So that's something that you kind of have to plan ahead because so in here you can only fill out the contact information of your recommender. So it's up to your recommender to actually they will receive, for example, a link where they can click into and they'll ask a bunch of questions like how would you rank this student, like top 1% or top something percent, and they also need to write this letter where they say like, oh, I recommend, for example, I recommend Baoci because I thought she's a good student, a good fit, and something like that. So
here's just the address and contact information is enough.
And it's supposedly you're not supposed to view this letter yourself because it needs to be like blindly, exactly,
directly from your professor, not through yourself, right?
Right. So you need to have the agreement from the faculty or professors because it will take time for them to write this thing up, right? So some people, they might, like for example, their application might be due in December and they only reach out like at the end of November for their professors to write, but then the professors, they're like very busy, right? So they can't just finish the whole thing within a week. So you need to like coordinate with them in advance and then give them maybe reminders when the deadline is approaching, so something like that.
Wow, okay. I didn't know it's enough for the contact information.
Yeah.
Then finally you can submission.
Right.
Yeah, submit your application. Then how long after submission, how long it will take to receive the answer?
Oh, yeah, it's also so I would say that most institutions, including Baylor, have their deadline before Christmas. But during Christmas, nobody's at work.
Yes.
So it will usually be next year, maybe January or February, depending on which group is your interview. So let's say you get an interview, that's a good thing because that means you're not rejected and you get to still to the next round. So for the interview, there will also be multiple groups. Maybe some groups will go earlier, maybe some groups will go later. So I know in my year, we have 2 rounds of
interview?
In-person interview and 1 round of virtual interview.
So totally 3 interviews?
Yeah,
wow.
3 rounds of interview and maybe taking like half or less than half of the students who they interviewed. So I was the second round, and some of my friends, they're in the first round. It doesn't really affect the chance that you are getting in. Some programs, they might say like, oh, if you're like first round, you might have a higher chance, but it's not like absolute. I feel like they try to be as like balanced as possible between different rounds.
Wow. So how long it take you to finish all the steps, the interviews, and receiving the answer, and first interview, second interview, third interview? How long?
Oh, you mean the whole interview process?
Yes. All interview process until they join school. September you joined in?
No.
On March?
No. I had my interview sometime in February, and in March is when I heard back that I got in.
Here.
Yeah, but then and then we have to finalize our decision by April, I think. Like saying I want to go to the school and you need to reject the other offers. And then Baylor starts at July. Quite early.
July.
Yeah.
I thought it will be all in September or March.
Right? No. That's maybe some other institutions, but
July.
not Baylor. It's really early.
Wow. So you started this application process previous year, summer maybe.
Yeah, summer.
Wow.
Because even though you haven't started the the portal yet, you need to gather all these materials, right? You need to get these exams down, so you need to start
early.
Yeah, maybe in the summer.
During your undergraduate, you
undergraduate third year.
Third year you started.
Yeah, junior year.
Okay. So from junior year you have to start.
And then the beginning of the senior year, the fourth year, that's when you need to actually write all the application.
Okay.
Because the first semester in your senior year, you're supposed to submit everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and the second semester is when you wrap up school stuff and then you started to have interviews. And those are, if you're here, then those will be usually in person. But if you're outside, they might have you in virtual meetings as well. So online.
Yeah, online meeting. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Got
it's a long process.
Yes,
It's a long battle.
Yeah. Okay. I almost forgot. Yeah, it was long process in Korea.
Yeah, too.
During my Korean language center, I was keep preparing my personal statement, everything. Yeah, recommendation, everything.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Baoci, for sharing this information.
Yeah.
But maybe next video, can you share with us about your experience first 1 year after joining the Baylor school?
Yeah, sure.
Because you rotate 4 different laboratory
Yeah, 3
and
lab,
and chose us 3 lab. Okay, then right?
Sounds good. Yeah,
maybe.
I'm happy to share. For sure.
Next, see you on next video.
Yeah, see
Thank
you
you.
next time.
Bye bye. За энэ ингээд LSU, Louisiana State University юм ба штэ. Тийм. Нэг кампус дотор явж байна. Моднууд нь бүр 7-800 жилийн настай гэж байна. Сарвал бит хоёр байна. Ардаас Реми Дашка хоёр дагаа явж байна.
Эндээ цаанч нэг том лейк байгаа.
Хоо тийш нь явал та. Тэнцээ тэгвэл гоё кабины юу байгаа лөө? Каби
Байхгүй.
Энэ камер дотор байхгүй.
Байхгүй юм дотор.
Кабиг авчаад ирдэг гэж юу?
За кофе.
Кабиг авчаад ирээд лейкэн дээр жоо суух уу?
Хоёр оройтчихгүй юу?
Хэд болсон? Нэг хүрсэн.
Одоо нэг болох гэж байна.
Тийм жоо суугаал.
Тэгвэл чи том сайхан юм уу? Starbucks-ээс.
За. Зя. Louisiana State University дотор явж энэ хард энэ номуудыг хараад 700-800 жилийн настай байдаг гинэ гэж бодчихлээ. Ахшигтэй би тий. Вау, энэ хард энэ номуудыг хараад ингэж гоё ургацтай байна тийм ээ. Хойд насны дээр мод ирсэн. Зүгээр оршоод гэж идэг. Бүгдийг ажиглаад нартаа. Бусдын харуулсан машин байна. Тэр улаан. Тэр улаан. Харуул эндээс ирж байна. Ташка тэнд машинаа тавьсан байна. Рэми энд явж байна. Вайп нь ямар гоё юм бэ? Би энд байна. Вайп нь Story of Cecil Anthony Neahos 1891 оны 10 сарын 1-ээс энэ хүний юунд зориулж байсан. 1918 он хүртэл амьдарч ирсэн хүн юм байна тий. Тэрний дурсамжид зориулсан мод гэж шүү. Ингээд одоо энэ одоо монголчууд одоо ингээд төрөл бүрийн сургуулийн ай майгаар ингээд сургуультай мөнгө хандуулж байгаагаар ингээд мод тарьж өгмөр байна. Тамнэ. Ай хоороо ингээд тэдгээр ангийнхнаас хэдний 10 жилийнхаас 2000 хэдэн оны төгсөлтөөс мод тарьж өгмөр байна. Тэ арай. Яа. Минь юу ч хэлдэг ш. Тэ арай л гэж. Аа. Луизанагийн гүр байна. Луизанагийн гүрийн яг тайны гүр шиг хөгжирдэг гэсэн. Том Mississippi гол гэдэг баг том мөрөн байд юм байна. Нью-Йоркийн хаацсан ривер шиг.
Одоо зөвшөөрсөн.
Сэлэнг мөрөн шиг.
Одоо гарахад.
Бас гайгүй урсаал байд юм гэдэг тийм. Ташка явж байна. Рэми арт явж байна. Рэми ядарч унтчих.
Таад гэж.
Анивчаалч нөө Mississippi голны нэ. Сүрлэг гүр байна. Батон рооч.
За 4 цагийн хоногийн шүү дээ. Гэртээ харьтал 4 цаг 270 юм аа гэж байна. 450 км. Харин Баоци-с. Одоогом да. 400 км.
Тэгээ энийг эднэр айгүй ойрхон амьдрал юм байна гэдэг байгаа шүү дээ. Америкт ч юм 4 цагийн газар уу гайгүй юм байна шүү дээ. Тэ?
Өчтөр хоноол маргааш нүц. 2 хоногийн зайтай л ирэх.
Тийм ээ. Воо, бензин том хөлөг онгоцох гэж байна. Бараг ингэж явсараа далаад байгаа нэлдэг хуур шүү. Далаар гарцсан татдаг баха. Ийм том хол тий. Тэгэл битүү тал авч байна. Амарч уул байхгүй. Луизана Техас хоёр адилхан. Уул байхгүй. Битүү мод. Харж идэх битүү мод юм байна. Манайх шиг бүр битүү тал харагдаад байна шүү дээ.
Нэг байдлаа шууд.
Нарда ингээ устан дээр байгаа. Устан дээр ингээ гоё янзын гоё зам тавьчихсан. Луизана мод. Өөр нэг тийм усрахаг модлог газар байна.
Энэ дээрс боож ирсэн.
Тийм. Өөр нь ингээ гэгээтэй явах чих гоё л доо тийм замаа хараа. Юм уу? Энэ хараа. Ус харж баясдаг хүнд чи яасан ч гоё. Ингээл толгоогоо жинхэнэ цэвэрлж идэг аахгүй.
Нэг шинэ мод үзлээ.
Тэглээ тий.